been great. I hit the ground running with recruiting and then trying to learn the offense and install the stuff that we wanted to do. And so it's been busy, but the coaches have been great. The players have been awesome. You can tell that these guys have bought into what Coach Muschamp wants to do, and I look for great things.
What's been the toughest challenge trying to make an adjustment? I know you've kind of hopped around the last couple of years, have had different roles. What's been the toughest one you'd say here so far?
Really, football-wise, it hadn't been tough at all. Like I said, everything's been great. Just getting your family here and that type of thing, that's always hard. This is my wife and basically my son's first ever move. I've been doing it my whole life, so I'm used to it. And it's always tougher on the families because they're the ones who got to come and meet new people. I get here and I have, there's 20 guys on the staff that you're friends with right off the bat, and you're working, and you don't have much time to do anything anyway. So, but I guess that's the toughest thing.
People see what you did at your previous stops, so they think, okay, he's going to do the same thing at South Carolina. The offense is going to take off like a jet. Too much expectation or pretty realistic?
Well, let's just wait around and see what happens. I feel good about the way things are going. I love the players. The quarterback position, I think, is really picking up what we're trying to do. It's not like we're going to change a whole lot of things, but I think the things that we are going to add to it should help. But obviously, we've got to wait and see. That's why we play the games.
What are some of the things that you are trying to add in and want to kind of have influence on from a playbook standpoint?
Well, the things that I know Will wanted to add to it, and the reason he brought me in was the tempo stuff. That's what we were really good at other places I've been at, along with the RPOs, the run-pass options. And it just opens up so many more doors for the quarterback. It makes it tougher on him because he's got to make a lot more decisions, but it really puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
What's your assessment of Jake?
I love him. I mean, this guy, if it was up to him, he would live in this building. I mean, he's up here working out, watching film, studying, just picking your brain. This is the type of guy that you want to play the quarterback position.
How does he compare to some of the other good ones you've had?
I don't like to compare. Again, I want to wait and see how he plays, but when it comes to the work ethic, he's right there with the top guys I've ever coached.
He said you were working on him with some specific fundamental stuff in terms of accuracy. What are those things, and what kind of progress do you think he's making?
It's really footwork is the big thing. I believe that you should never mess with a quarterback's throwing motion. By the time we get him here, if he's not throwing good, then we recruited somebody wrong. So it's big on the footwork, and he's really worked hard at it. Again, he's picking your brain every play and watching film. And the big thing for him is once we get the offense in, because it's hard to be thinking about your feet when you're thinking about reading defense and stuff. So this summer when he's out working on his own, that's when he's got to really work hard at it and to get the fundamentals down.
Dan, you talk about the footwork. I know going into the bowl game last year when you weren't here, they were talking about how Jake liked his feet staggered, and that was something that the old offensive coordinator, quarterback coach wouldn't let him do. Do you have a preference with that, or is it more about making him feel comfortable?
All about feeling comfortable. And I tell those guys all the time, as long as you get the job done, I'm fine. Now, if he were doing something and his feet were a little different than what I like and it's taken too long or he's off balance, then I would fix it. But the footwork that I'm talking about is more while he's throwing, not so much pre-snap type stuff.
When you come in, do you take kind of a crash course in everything they had been doing last year, or do you more look forward almost?
No, it's a crash course. I mean, we're running the same terminology and all the same things that they did last year. A lot of the same plays as what I've run, but it's just called something different. So I've got to, for me, I figured it out for about the last 17 years, I think. I'd run the same scheme, same verbiage and everything. And then in the last 2 years, I ran two different ones. So for an old guy like me, it's tough to learn these things,
How do you feel about the backups? Could you win with Scarnecchia or Joyner?
Oh, no doubt. I think those guys have really come on just in the little bit that I've been with them. Again, all of them are good kids. The guys really want to work hard. These are the type of guys now when you go into a staff meeting, you don't have to worry about getting a memo about guy was late to class, a guy did this, a guy did that. These guys are doing the right thing, and it carries over to the football field.
How is Joyner picking it up, and is it realistic to think he could have some role this fall?
It's definitely realistic. I mean, nowadays guys have to come in and play, and he's a good athlete. Again, he's one of those guys that you got to kick him out because he's over here too much. So he's gonna work hard and try to learn everything. And if it gets to where we only use a limited role for him or whatever it is we have to do, we'll make it work.
How's he picking it up so far?
He's been really good. He's smart, and like I said, he really studies.
How does his style fit into what you've done typically offensively in terms of the athleticism and also accuracy?
Well, my thing is we're going to find out who our best player is, and we're going to fit our style around him. I'm not going to make him fit our style. So if he had to be the guy, then we would tweak some things and make it to where it fit what he does best.
And you could envision a scenario where he does have a specific role that he plays, not as a backup or in situational.
That's way too far ahead to even think about.
What would you like to see in the scrimmage tomorrow from your quarterbacks?
Well, the number one thing is protect the football. That's what our program is all about. So the first thing I tell them is we've got to protect the football. Second thing is we want to make sure that we're running the offense the way it's supposed to be run. If you miss a throw here and there or miss a bad read or whatever, that's fine. But I want to make sure that our guys are getting lined up right. They know what their progressions are, all the different things that we've been talking about, and running the team.